Well, I should say I didn't. Then I decided to do something about it. You see, conventional wisdom says that you live your life and, eventually your parents pass away. And you get whatever they have left, which is an inheritance. And I'm sorry, but that's not good enough for me, I want to have that inheritance right now, and so I can really enjoy that money. So here's what I did. I walked up right to my dad and said,
"Dad, I want what's coming to me right now." That's what my youngest son said to me. I want what's coming to me right now. And all I could ever think of was, I'm gonna give you what's coming to you right now. I've given you life and I can always take it back and then make another one. But he's my son and I love him, so I gave him the money and said to him, if you can have a better life on your own, so be it. So he packed his bags, and the next thing I knew,
I was out of there. I kissed that boring place goodbye, and there was a whole world waiting for me. I got people to see, and so the first thing I did was,
he got lost. I love my son, but he's no Magellan. He couldn't even follow directions. It took him 4 times to actually get out of our hometown.
Okay, that's not true. It was 3 times, and one of them didn't really count because I came up to a guy and asked him for directions, and I couldn't understand a word he was saying. So I just nodded my head and I left. And so not long after that, I got out of town and I got out of hometown. And besides that, nobody actually took the time and teach me to read directions.
Don't go there.
Well, that doesn't really matter. The point is, I did find my way out and I did live it up. I got to eat the best at the best places. I got best clothes that money could buy. And what could I say about the girls, the ladies?
Well, here's what I can say about the ladies. None of them were ladies. There may be women, but they're not ladies.
There were 2 ladies, alright? And most of them were. And let's see, Nancy, Sheila. Okay, they weren't really ladies. And
as I was saying.
And now to think of it, none of them were actually ladies. Wait, Connie was actually a lady.
Yeah, a lady of the evening.
Okay, never mind. Well, but the friends and the food, it was amazing. It was awesome until...
Well, his money ran out just right about when the country hit a recession.
There wasn't work to be found at all. I tried, I really did. But I just couldn't find one. And until I found a job as a manager. Well, not really a manager, as an associate. Okay, I was a bacon preparation assistant.
Which means?
I took care of pigs, and I couldn't believe my life was coming down to this. And I had wasted everything my father had given me. And I wasn't really making any money. I had no food to eat. And some days I had to eat the scraps that was feeding the disgusting pigs. And I just couldn't eat it. And so I wondered, as I lived my life as a misery, day after day, after day, after day.
I watched and waited, and I ached in my heart as only a father can for his child. But I never gave up on him. I still believed in my heart that he would return someday. I never gave up the hope that he's going to return to me, and it would happen one day.
One day it hit me. I realized that back in my father's place, the lowliest workers that he had was living a better life than I was. They had a place to live, they had food to eat, they were living like kings compared to me. And so I wondered,
what if he never comes to his senses? What if he never comes back? What if I never see him again?
Again and again, I ran things through my head as I made the long journey back to my father's place. I knew what I had to do, I would humbly ask him to hire me as one of his workers. And I know I couldn't ask for a handout or application, but I couldn't ask him to take me back as a son. But maybe he'll let me work for him, just maybe.
Maybe today he'll return, was the thought that ran through my head every single day. Maybe today he'll return as I was sitting and watching, and far off the distance, I will see him making his way back home.
Home, it's a word that describes so many things. We have comfort, we have care, we have security, we have acceptance, we have love, and now I'm just a few hundred yards away from it.
It was a beautiful day. I was sitting out on the front porch, and all of a sudden I saw him from afar.
He stood up out of his chair and looked at my direction and squinted his eye to get a better look at me. I wondered what he was thinking. I wondered how he felt about me. I wondered if he would say, I told you.
I told you so, I told you so, he will come back, but none of you would listen to me. I knew he would come back.
I knew he was just going to be angry at me. The closer I got to the house, the more I knew that I made the wrong decision. So I stopped.
He just stood there.
I couldn't move.
So I couldn't just stand there, so
he jumped. He literally jumped off the porch. I never seen him do that before. He was like a little kid all excited about something, and then it hit me. He was excited about me.
You know what I did next?
I ran.
And my heart as a father was pounding for him.
I never seen him run so fast. His arms stretched out as if to say, welcome home.
Welcome home, I shouted. You know, bring him clean clothes, put on shoes on his feet, prepare a meal for him. No, prepare a feast for him, for my son had come back and we will celebrate today.
He hugged me. My father embraced me like only a father can. I'm sorry, I told him. Please forgive me. I don't deserve to be called your son.
Welcome home, I shouted, but he was still too far off to hear me. But we kept running. We both kept running toward each other, and I just wanted him to jump into my arms like he did when he was a little child.
And I guess it was hope that kept me going. A hope that my father would have mercy on me. A hope that someday my father would take me back. A hope that my father would forgive me.
Forgiven. It's all forgiven. I'm never ever gonna bring anything back. There is no blame. There is no anger. There is nothing but joy. For my son was lost, and now he's found.